thank you all for being here. From the storm-tossed pilgrims who came to this land and gave America her first Constitution, to George Washington and his troops who miraculously escaped from Long Island in the fog, to the old skeptic Ben Franklin who called for prayer at the Constitutional Convention, Americans have understood that we get into tough times. The things that we do naturally is to call on God. This was recognized, and in 1954 was added to our Pledge of Allegiance. These words: one nation, under God,
indivisible.
Those words were taken from the Gettysburg Address delivered by President Lincoln. And they were first delivered publicly on the steps of the U.S. Capitol, June 1954, by President Eisenhower. And so as we now renew our commitment to the red, white, and blue, let us with boldness proclaim the fact that we are one nation under God. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this, and it drives the liberals crazy. Join us. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now for our national anthem, Caroline Brooks.
Take your hat off!
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
And now the freedom fighter every single day, that gentle lady from Minnesota, Michele Bachman.
Hi, everyone! You came! And you came to your house! You came for an emergency house call! And are they going to listen? Oh yeah! Oh yeah, they're going to listen. It was Thomas Jefferson who said, a revolution every now and then is a good thing. What do you think? You feel so good right now, and we, the members of Congress that are gathered on the steps for this press conference, are so honored that you are here. We are blessed enough to have a voice. We just were voting We're under a vote right now. This is what we use when we go inside to cast our vote. But the biggest vote in the United States, the biggest voice in the United States is your voice, the voice of the American people. Thank you for coming. You know, I was reading in the journals and diaries of our founders, and I was reading one of my favorite authors, and that's of the wife of our second president, John Adams. And Abigail Adams wrote in her journals and her diaries and her letters a very personal insight. And she said this. She said, after all we've done, after all that's happened, I wonder if generations unborn will ever know what was done for them. The sacrifice, the toil, the blood, the treasure, the heartache, what was spent to secure their liberty and their freedom. She knew that it was worth the cost. The founders knew that it was worth the cost. And think of where you stand. You literally stand with us on hallowed ground. This is hallowed ground of freedom. And that freedom was purchased at an incalculable price that none of us can ever truly comprehend. And for 233 years, every generation that has come before has faithfully handed the baton of freedom to the next generation. And so now we are that privileged generation, privileged to be here today, privileged as you stand here in place for other freedom-loving Americans all over the country today who would give anything to be where you are, who would give anything to stand here right now on this hallowed ground. But they are here. Can you feel them? I can feel them. Americans yearning to keep a country that will be free, that for the next 233 generations will go on not only to secure liberty for Americans, but also a place of refuge for those who know nothing but oppression across the world. America is that country for good and freedom and justice. That is America. When we came down to this final hour, as the clock is ticking 11:59 on this health care reform, Speaker Pelosi is poised with her health care bill to take over 18% of the American economy